Quick tip of the day: if you are having issues with your 3-point arms on your 30, 40, and maybe even some of the 50 series, I have the solution and the reasoning and the issue why they'll go up with your handle but not go back down. So I have the previous issue with my 4840 here. For years, the arms would go up, they wouldn't go down. They would go down really slowly. If you shut the tractor off, put the handle down, they would drift down. Well, they worked when we first got the old tractor, but I decided while I was working on the tires, that would be the time to tear that linkage and valve body off of the 3-point mechanism on the back, because you can get in there easier. The tires are really tight up against the cab, and so while we were swapping tubes and the tires, now is the time to do it. But you can still do it with the tires on. It's just a little bit more pain in the ass, but that's okay. But here is the solution why your 3 points will go up but not go down. So as you can see here, I got the whole valve assembly and linkage assembly off of the hydraulic setup on the back. And as you can see, there's a couple springs here. This spring here goes up against the arms that go up and down. This is how it regulates the float and where it's sitting. That way this linkage can regulate the pressure that you're telling it to do from the cab. Well, this spring hardly ever breaks, but the issue is this spring down inside there, I just replaced it. Man, the damn thing's gonna fall over on me. But you can see that spring down in there. That is your culprit. So usually, 90% of the time, it's just simple as a spring issue, or your little cotter pins come out. Usually 80% of the time to 90% of the time, it's that spring down in there. They just wear out over time, and the loop ends on the spring snap off. So if you're having that issue with your 3-point arms, that's most likely your culprit. These are a lot easier to tear off than your 10 and 20 series, because the 20 series, you have an arm that sticks up. You son of a bitch. You have your arms that stick up, and you have to line that all up with your drift arm. But these are really simple. You just slap them back on there. Make sure you put a little silicone if you don't have a new gasket. But yeah, that's usually the culprit if your cylinders do not go down, because they will go up. They just won't go down. So quick tip of the day. Thanks for watching.